We're going to Wisconsin. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. This bottle has already been opened, but not by me. This bottle is in my hands thanks to Zenbood and J-Max. Zenbood and J-Max, you are awesome. I have this bottle now because Zenbood had to move and I had to take care of his bottle for him, and I'm happy to do so. As you see here, we have J. Henry & Sons Wisconsin straight bourbon whiskey finished in Armagnac barrels, La Flamme Reserve, aged 5 years, and very important, 56.75%. Yikes. I've never had J. Henry & Sons whiskey. I don't think I've ever had Wisconsin whiskey for that matter. And I don't really remember when I had an Armagnac finished whiskey either. So I have a lot of interesting things to experience with this. Again, with that color. Oh, that looks great. You want a bourbon color? That's a bourbon color. It's a good color. Wisconsin is certainly in a weird area of the United States, but in truth, it's west of my location. So if I just went west from where I am, I should hit Wisconsin. I'd like to believe the climate's the same. The only way to find out is to go there. This is it. This is a perfect bourbon color for me. Could be a little darker, but it doesn't need to be. When I look at this color, I go, freaking bourbon. Onto the nose. Oh, yeah. It's got standard bourbon notes, so I got some brown sugar on this with some dark fruit notes. It feels like a mix of raisins and craisins, which are just dried cranberries. There's some vanilla. There's a little bit of an orange rind. Ooh. Maybe think of a lime. It feels like it's blended really well. The bourbon and the Armagnac are showing up. The Armagnac's, a bit aggressive, but the bourbon is still there. All right. I just thought of popcorn with M&Ms in it and raisins. I don't know if I've ever actually eaten that combination of things, but it doesn't sound too bad. And of course, there's something random like new tire smell. Yep, that's there now. I can't get away from it. Fascinating nose. Didn't really expect that, but for a bourbon, very interesting. I'm titillated. Up the palate. Oh. Hello. Ah, yes, the percentage is there. Man, wow, hold on. This is surprisingly good. And that was just the first little sip. It rolled over me. More of that dark fruit vibe again. The Armagnac's having a very serious effect on this. And we got raisins and craisins. And it almost rolls over the bourbon, but it holds back enough for the bourbon still to shine through. That was just the first sip, and it was a real, a wave came over me. Like, whoa, delightful. Next sip, hold on palate, see what happens next. Oh, he's a spicy boy. Oh, yep, slow spicy build. Cinnamon, and black pepper. There it is. There's something right in the middle that's clearly brandy. I feel like I've been developing a note for brandies, and I'm curious to try more of them. I blame Andalusia for this because of their Applejack brandy. But I've been finding something very specific. First, when I have a brandy, there's something that sticks out. And then second, now that I'm having a bourbon finished in brandy, that note is showing up. It's still a little like, how do I explain this? A brandy note, Coming off as a prune. I was trying to think of another dried fruit, and this is one I don't rarely ever eat. I think I ate it once just to try it. Oh yes, he's a spicy boy. I would add water to this just to lower the proof a bit. See what happens with that. The brandy is coming off a little aggressive. The sweetness of the bourbon is there. And considering I thought of popcorn earlier, it's definitely a corn coming off most in this. But this is enjoyable, likely, to help me drink more of this. And because we're going into the warmer months here in New England, most of these high proof bourbons and whiskeys in general are going to have a couple pieces of ice or one very large piece of ice going along with them. And this one feels like it'd be perfect. Because if I'm being real with you, my imagination thinks this is basically a cocktail, but a whiskey. So dangerous. All you got to do is get a glass, a big thing of ice, Pour some of this in there, and you got yourself a cocktail. A really high proof, refreshing cocktail. And I'm very curious to try that now once it gets a little warmer. But there you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you out there. Hey, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.